Alright, so I just finally got freaking clams. It took me like all day to find this half basket. I'm going with a buddy tomorrow. He got a half basket as well from somebody else. And he is going to go ahead and bait up 1,200 foot. And I'm baiting up probably close to like 2,000 or something. But between the two of us, what we're going to have is we're going to have 4 freaking lines. And they're going to all kind of be shortish lines. His are both 600. And I got 2 of like... Each of mine is probably 800 foot or so. I'm not even exactly sure. I know one is a little bit longer than the other one. So here's all my line in this barrel right here, and I'm baiting it up now, getting ready to. And what I'm going to do here, it's going to be a little bit different because we're going to be kind of room's going to be a commodity on that rig tomorrow, since we're going to have 4 lines on there, 2 people, and he's got his in coolers and some other crazy stuff. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to go ahead and put both these lines into this barrel, and I'm going to put both the clips from the first line on this side so I can keep it straight, and both the clips from the other line on this side so I can keep it straight when I'm laying it out and what have you. And yes, that is a dehumidifier wood kiln. I also got a video on that if you're interested in that. That thing works great. I just haven't had time to get to all that beautiful freaking chainsaw milled hardwood that I've got in there to go ahead and do something with it. And I also go over in another video how to mill your own lumber with a freaking chainsaw, so if you're interested in that. So yeah, me and my buddy are going to crowd tomorrow. We're going to be running a lot of line, and hopefully we're going to catch a whole bunch of crabs. Come on, new puppy! And there's my new dog. His name is New Puppy. Extreme earliness going on here. Just got that big, heavy freaking line into the boat, and she's all ready to roll, so I'm getting ready to head out of here. All right, so what we got going on here is we have 50 pounds of stuff in a 10-pound box. We got these 2 lines there, these 2 lines there. Chris brought his 2 lines there, and all his buoys and stuff, and we got all this, so it's pretty crazy. And you know, we're getting ready to roll on out here, and hopefully we will catch fill up these 5 baskets, but we will see. All right, so we got 3 lines in the water. We're getting ready to put number 4 in, and his lines went in great. You know, I was a little bit worried it would be kind of difficult, but you know, no issues whatsoever. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Had to loosen it a little bit. So Black couldn't even see him. I'll fix that with the roller. Did you just see that?
Yeah.
Alright, so that big rusty one that I almost couldn't see because it was so freaking black, right there, solid 8-inch crab. That's a freaking monster. All right, it's early on and we don't know anything definitive yet, but go ahead and explain how you got your line set up real quick.
We just have Snoods coming off the main line, 600 foot first line we ran, and we did pretty good. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 keepers off of it.
We got 7 keepers off his line, and he's got chains on it, and it's snooded. He's got chains running like just throughout it, just to keep it weighted down or whatever. I mean, that spot has not been crabbed in years that we just laid that. Nobody really knows about that lay either, but you know, we'll see. We'll go ahead and keep rolling along here. I mean, he might be onto something with the snoods and the freaking chains in the middle. You know,
yeah, got little links of chain in between the centerpiece and the end piece. It's just to keep it down when you're crabbing in a heavy current. It seems like over the years it's made a little bit of a difference, even though you got to deal with the extra chain. It seems to pay off.
Like years ago, I remember people experimenting with it a little bit, putting chains in the middle and stuff like that. But you know, for whatever reason, they just stopped doing it. And I've never tried it too much, so it might be on something. So the theory about the chains and the snooze is, I don't know, because we just ran that line, and I mean, we just ran my line, and we probably caught, it's over a dozen crabs. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's a little too early to tell, but you know, we definitely did good on that line.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know at this time, but yeah, that run was great. That soft crab? Double.
We got so many in there, it's hard to tell which one it was.
All right, because the snoods were hitting and kind of moving the line all crazy, I went ahead and slapped this thing on there with a piece of electrical tape. But it's not right, and it's just making things worse, so I'm going to go ahead and take that thing off there. Just be careful because it's real funny. You gotta just like kind of knock it forward real slow. Here, I'll bring it down by coming over. There you go. When I tightened it, oh, get it on the, yeah.
Like that, huh?
It popped off.
Didn't even realize it popped off. It was still on the end of the roller.
Mm-hmm.
On the outside of the bowl. They're holding on pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Plus, when you run it real slow, it just kind of eases them up, you know?
Yeah. You think that makes a difference running slow like that?
Yeah.
Some guys say they run it faster just because it gives them less time to drop off. But I don't know. I see what you're saying, though. It makes sense.
Nice. Doubler.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's a peeler. That's a good one. In the net? Did you know he was in the net?
No, I didn't. Yeah, that crab dropped off with that peeler under it. I went fishing for it.
There it is. Big one.
Yeah, but just let go. Big one there. That's probably 8 inches.
Definitely got our first bushel now. When I tightened it, I sucked it in closer to the shore a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that. Is that current pulling past there like that? Or is that bait?
I have no idea. I think it's just bait fish. Yeah, I think it's just bait fish. And this is the first time he's freaking run a line on this boat, and he got on it on his second approach. He might have on his first, but I was like, redo it. So, I don't know.
Never used a stick steer before either.
Yeah, he did great.
It's not that hard, honestly. If you're not used to it, it's a little intimidating, but get used to it real quick.
Excellent. And what did we do that time? 1, 2 on the floor. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, we got over a freaking dozen on that one run.
You gotta get the tape out on that one. That's a big one.
Which one? You got tape?
Oh, there, look at that. There's a big one at the bottom too.
Man, that one is a hammer right there.
We lost that one nice one. It's probably about the same size. Dropped off.
That's a pretty big one. It's pushing 8. Not quite.
It's upside down, but it's 7 1/4.
7 1/4. Alright, so this is a peeler crab. It came up with a male, and the way you tell that it's a peeler, first off, it came up with a male. And what a peeler crab is, the real easy ones to tell are, it's an immature female getting ready to slough out, turn to a soft crab, and turn into a mature female. So basically, like, what'll happen is when they're going between immature female to mature female, the big Jimmy will pick them up and it'll inseminate them so that they have a whole bunch of babies. And you know, this thing, since it was, if I throw it back, what it would do is it would turn into a soft crab when it's sloughed out, and it would have the apron on it. It would no longer have that triangle. That triangle is an indication of an immature female crab. And after it's sloughed out, it would start to have eggs. You'd see that big sponge right there, like a whole bunch of it would just look like a big yellow thingamajig on it or whatever. So that's pretty much a little bit about the science behind crab reproduction. Probably all right. Huh?
Look at that, that's
Whoops. Monster. Doubler. Past the buoy there. All on that run, we got a dozen. All right, so we just ran that line. That line did great. Caught all those on that one little 600-foot line. I mean, that's not bad at all. And we got a full basket there. So far, not bad at all. So we're kind of doing a thing here. What's your consensus on the snood chain thing? What's your thoughts on it?
Kind of comes and goes. Like one line will do better with the snoods, and then all of a sudden the other line will do better without the snoods. With the one line with the snoods and the extra chain will do better, and then it goes back to line without snoods and with less chain does better. So it seems like it's 50-50 right now.
It's kind of looking about like what he said. Like we got one line that's really hot that's got the snoods and the chains on it, and then we got one line that's really hot with no snoods and no chains on it. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think it makes a difference. All right, so the tide moving does what in your opinion? Like what do you think?
Well, I think it's open for debate, but there's a couple different options. I mean, one might say that the tide stops and it just kind of turns the crabs off and they stop feeding. Another side of it could be that since the tide stops, it's not, crabs aren't crawling across your line with the tide, or across your baits. So, I mean, it's something that's we've been kind of looking at today. We're getting near a tide change here. Things are slowing up, so we started talking about it and kind of wondering whether it's that they just turn off and stop feeding for the moment, for a little while, until the tide starts picking up again, or is it that they're just not coming across the line anymore?
So right now we got a basket and what, about a half?
Yep.
About a basket. Yep. About a basket and a half. Not bad.
Crikey's, mate, it's a pterodactyl.
Alright, it's before 11 and we just put the top on our second basket, and we still got all these in here, probably pushing a quarter basket in there of keepers. So going along pretty good, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, very good.
Alright, we got about 3 bushel already, and we're starting to pull our lines in. We pulled in the one that isn't catching nothing, so we're gonna go and check this one, see what's going on. I mean, they're all catching a little bit, but that one was the slowest, so we yanked it out. We got this thing loaded down. We probably got like 3.5 baskets now, about 3.5. I mean, we definitely got a lot going on here. Pretty nuts. We're getting ready to pull the last one in now. All right, we're heading in now. We got everything in the boat. Ended up with a little bit better and 3.5 baskets. All right, so we are all done for the day. He's got, what do you got, a couple dozen up here?
Yep.
And we got all these. I mean, we ended up with well over 3 baskets.